Well, hello everybody. I want to thank you all for coming on a Thursday night. I've got myself on the line. My name is Adrienne. I'm the event manager with Washington First Robotics. I probably know most of you from prior years. I'm backing off a little bit and more working on just the event side because I also have Gary Major on the line with me, and he is our FTC, he's actually our FTC and FRC partner. So you've been receiving communications from him. Gary, I don't know if you want to say hi to everybody.
Hello, everyone.
So he actually is east of the mountains, so he is over in Spokane, and I am out of our Kent office, so we're kind of spanning the state of Washington. Kevin and Aaron couldn't join us tonight, but I'm sure most of you know them, but they're other people that you will probably be hearing from. Kevin is our founding chairman, actually, of First Washington, and he is now on the advisory board of First Global. And Aaron McCallum is our president. Any of you that have had fundraising woes or wanted information on grants or anything like that are probably very familiar with her. She works with a lot of teams on the business and the finance side. We're going to go over the season really quickly, just so everybody understands the format of this. This is a go-to webinar, so everybody's muted by default. Gary will be monitoring questions and answering questions in the question box, and sometimes interrupting me to answer questions live for the group. If you need to speak, you can put your hand up and Gary can unmute you if you have a question that you need to verbalize as opposed to typing in the question box. I will go fairly quickly through this presentation, and then Gary and I will stick around at the end. So if there are people who have additional questions or want more information, we can certainly communicate with those people. I am recording this, and probably by tomorrow morning, I don't know that I'll get it up tonight, but it will be up on our website under webinars and workshops, which is where all of the kickoff workshop PowerPoints are. There'll be a copy of this PowerPoint as well as the recording from the meeting tonight. So what we're going to go over, we're going to start off going over the calendar. We're separating it into just a couple different areas, important deadlines and then workshops and events. And we'll end with participation fees and then go over any questions anybody may have. So the important deadlines are, one of the most important deadlines is actually tomorrow, and that is the First Washington grant deadline. As those of you who are veterans know, last year we changed our registration fees to show kind of the total cost of running FIRST programs in Washington State. And we did this across all of the FIRST programs. But what we're doing is we're fundraising on your behalf to lower those costs. So in order to be eligible for that grant money, you need to go to firstwa.org/grant application and fill out our grant application. It's very quick. We need demographic information in order to get grants. That's the information we have to give in grant applications to get money for all of you. And so we need you to give that to us so that we can get more money to help support you. So there is no essay portion, it's just numbers. We're just asking for demographic information. Should take 5 to 10 minutes to fill out. But if you want to lower your registration costs for this year, you do need to fill this out. The second one is when our state registration will open. So on or around the 27th of September, you will receive an invoice. It will be emailed to the main contact. I realize that FIRST allows you guys to put purchasers in. Unfortunately, we don't have easy access to that information yet, and so we have to email it to the main contact. So if it needs to go to a purchaser, we'll be counting on you to forward that. But when you receive the invoice, we'll also give you instructions with the invoice how to log in and pay for your invoice. And the registration will remain open until October 7th. And again, that is to participate for play in Washington State. After registration closes, then Gary and I will take all that information and we will put everybody into leagues. And leagues will be posted on the first website, or the First WA website, by October 17th. Sometimes I do get them up earlier. We will notify you in an email as soon as they are posted, but they will be posted by October 17th. Gary, do we have any questions on this part
Not
of
at
the
this
schedule?
time.
Okay. Calendar of workshops and events. I've separated this into two pieces. We have some workshops. We have a leadership workshop coming up this Saturday, and we actually have two sites for this workshop. There is one at our field house in Kent, and West Valley High School in Spokane is also hosting a workshop. We're streaming this online. So Spokane will be streaming our live leadership workshop from West Valley High School, and we plan for it to be interactive. So if you're interested in attending, we've done this for FRC teams. This year we decided to open it up to FRC and FTC teams. So if you're interested, you can follow the link below to register. You can also find that registration link on the First WA website. If you go to the calendar on the leadership workshop on the 24th, that website is, or that link is listed. On October 9th, we will be having a workshop at Seattle Academy. And Gary, will you look and see if Gabe is on? And if Gabe is on, you can maybe unmute him and he can talk a little bit about that. While Gary's doing that.
He's not on.
Okay. Gabe has sent us a flyer that will go out in the communication that Gary sends on Tuesday. In that communication will also be a registration link. In the past, what they've done is they have had a series of different workshops in the morning.
Hey, Adrian.
Yeah.
I just got a question. Nobody can see anything that you're presenting.
Nobody can see. Okay, I am going to escape out. Really? I can show my screen. Oh, that is very interesting. Show my screen is not an option. Well.
I think you were not, because I joined first. I was the presenter, so you couldn't.
Got it.
So I just made you the presenter.
Not
so sorry
a
about
problem at all. Don't worry about that. Sorry, guys. I had clicked, but I think I just clicked it out of habit. So I apologize.
Maybe we can run through some of the earlier screens so they can see the links that they needed to see.
Absolutely, we'll run through the earlier screens. Thank you guys for keeping us on our toes. So this is screen one. And it shows a picture of everybody. Like I said, we've got Gary, Aaron, Kevin, and myself. The next screen just showed a brief overview of what we're talking about this evening. The next screen shows our deadlines and important dates. So just to recap, we've got 9/23 is the grant deadline, and we've got the link right there.
And that is, by the way, tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Yes, that is tomorrow. So very, very, very important. And then our state registration dates, and then the dates that the leagues will be posted on firstwa.org. Okay, and again, here's the calendar of our workshops and events. So here's the registration link for the leadership workshop if any of you are interested in attending. It is this Saturday. So it's coming up, but we will make room for anybody who wants to come. So just log on and register so we know how many to expect. Right now we have quite a large group in Kent. It's quite a small group in Spokane, but they would love to have additional teams come. So please feel free to register for Spokane as well. Again, October 9th is the workshop at Seattle Academy. It'll be workshops in the morning, and then usually they do a build session in the afternoon. And then on 10/15, we've done this for 3 years now, and we just open up the field house for a build day. We start at 9 in the morning. We close up the field house and kick everybody out at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We have a field set up. We will have Kevin Emery, who's kind of our control system specialist. We'll have Jim Wright, who's also a programming expert, but he's also our lead robot inspector. He'll be on hand to help out teams that need help. I've got some veteran teams coming. Basically, we'll have tables there, we'll have a field there, so you guys can bring your tools, bring your robot, build for however long you want to or you're able to build. And it's a way to create some relationships, maybe get a little bit of help. A lot of our veteran teams go around and check in with other teams to make sure that they have everything they need and that they know what they're supposed to do. So please feel free. You don't have to RSVP. You just need to show up. Our address is on the website. It's also should be on the calendar for 10:15. If you have any questions, you can send either Gary or myself an email, and we'll be happy to give you more information. Okay, volunteer opportunities for students. Oh, and I'm sorry, I did not pull this out. We do have an AV, and this is starting tomorrow. We do have an AV group meeting to learn some AV training. So here's a little bit of information. If you are interested, you are welcome to attend. This is for our FRC events. So generally we haven't put this out there for FTC students because many of them, these are for high school students and FRC events. But if you are interested, you can certainly email Eric and let him know. The status of our FTC League, right now we're expecting to have approximately 130 teams this year, which is similar to what we had last year. And if that's the case, we do plan on holding 11 to 12 leagues this year. Some of it will depend on geography. Last year we had 11. We will be hosting the FTC West Super Regional in Tacoma this March, so that is kind of exciting. Washington has agreed to be hosting that, or to be the host for that event for the next 3 years. So we're really going to be reaching out to our FTC teams to recruit volunteers. I also highly, highly recommend that any of you, especially those in the Puget Sound area, it is on a weekend. It's on a Saturday and Sunday. It is actually, it's the second full weekend in March, which is the 10th, 11th, and 12th, I believe. Yes, the 10th Friday, but the competition will be the 11th and 12th. So I strongly recommend that you guys bring your team down and check it out and cheer everybody on. The last thing that I wanted to cover is I wanted to make sure that everybody understands we are going to Houston, Texas this year. We are not going to St. Louis. They split the championships into 2 events. We are going to Houston, which means we are, our event is the 19th through 22nd, so it is a week earlier than last year. Just wanted to make sure if anyone was already making arrangements that they were planning to go to the correct place. A little bit about league play. As I said earlier, FTC teams will be assigned a league, and some leagues compete on Fridays, some leagues compete on Saturdays, some compete on Sundays. It all depends on the league coordinator. We always have one Sunday league, and if you are put in the Sunday league and are unable to play on a Sunday, we do allow you to switch to the next closest league. If you want to play on Sunday and you're in another league, we will allow you to switch into the Sunday league. Otherwise, we at this point in time don't have a mechanism to allow movement between the leagues. Once you're placed into a league, your main point of contact is going to be your league coordinator. And the league coordinator will start communicating with you information on the events, what day it is, the time, everything. We'll post the schedule on the website. But any specifics you may have about your league event, all that information will come from your league coordinator. Gary will still send out weekly communications, and a lot of that will be more global information that everybody needs to know. Many of the league coordinators will hold build sessions or will reach out. It creates a community, and it's a good way for for the leagues to kind of make, it's almost a family feel where leagues can get to know each other and be a support group for one another. Every team will play 5 scored matches in each of their league events. Obviously, depending on some of the leagues, some of you might have have an additional match that is not scored. Those scores from your first 2 league events will be combined, and when you go into your interleague championship, you will go in ranked based on your league play earlier in the year. In the interleague championship, we'll combine usually about 3 leagues, and they'll all compete together. It's kind of going from district or from league play to a district championship with a sports team. And after each league event, we work very hard to get the league standings and the rankings posted the week after. Last year there was a glitch in the scoring software, and we had to do a lot of manual work to get those posted for you. So please be patient. If we're not posting them quickly, it's due to an issue on First Global's end, and we're working really hard to try and work around it, but it's not something we can fix. So Gary and I will work very hard to make sure that those are posted on the First website for you.
So Adrian, there is a question about if they're not able to play on a Friday.
I guess if you have a situation where you're absolutely unable to play, reach out to Gary or myself and let us know. In general, we haven't ever had a situation other than Sunday play where somebody has been unable to play on the day their league was assigned. So if that does happen, go ahead and reach out to one of us and we will figure something out. Okay, any other questions? Moving on. Okay, participation fees. So the participation fee this year, as last year, is $882. So before everybody panics or faints, last year this is not what teams paid. As we said, First Washington is fundraising for all of our teams in Washington. And we have the grant system in place for all FTC teams. So going back to the first slide that showed the dates, all of you need to apply for this grant by 4 p.m. tomorrow. If you do not, on September 27th, you will receive an invoice for $882. But all you have to do is fill out this grant, and you will see the funds and where those funds came from on your invoice, and it will reduce the cost of your play. So please, 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 if there's one thing you take away from this, because I know many FTC teams have not applied for this grant yet, please, when you get done this evening, take just a few minutes and apply for the grant. If you have any problems, reach out to Gary or myself, and we'll be happy to help you through the process. As you can see, this, this has taken the lion's share of our webinar. Please apply to the grants. The budget allows us to help you meet your goals. And again, the information allows us to fundraise more money for you. So please, please, please fill that out. With the grants, some donors open up their funds and allow us to decide what is done with those funds. Other donors want to help certain people in certain areas of Washington State or that meet certain demographics. And so team invoices can be different due to honoring the donor intent. But we work hard to try and get all of our teams as much money to buy down their registration fee as we possibly can. Before we go to general questions, we're in the process of revamping our website, and so I am really quickly going to just show everybody where the new information or where you should look for information on our website. And be a little bit patient with us. Kelly is working very hard to really revamp our website, but all of the team information is going to be under team resources. And so if you go to First Tech Challenge, once we post our team map, once we post the different leagues, once we start posting results, all of that will show up here. So right now, for those of you who aren't aware, whenever Gary sends out an email, after he does, or any of the rest of us, it all goes in this team communications section. And so you can go back. It's in date order with the most current one first. So you can go back and see anything, any emails that you might have missed or any communications, or if you know that you received information on something and can't remember where to find it, just go back there. Again, right below that is workshops and webinars. And so this is where you will see this presentation tonight after we're done, and any PowerPoint presentations or anything from any of our workshops. So from the leadership workshop, if we video that, those presentations will be up. From Gabe Cronin's workshops, those presentations will be up. So this is a great place to go if you need some reference information. And our team map is not updated yet. It won't be updated until after we get all of the teams in here. But like I said, this is the area that you'll use the most. Again, the calendar has, you know, what's going on across all of our programs. So you will certainly be able to go there and get more information on your league or interleague events. Okay. And, you know, I apologize. Did I skip this slide, Gary?
Yes, you did. Yes.
I don't know how I did that. Oh, well, we'll just do this. I guess I'm having technical difficulties this morning. Okay, we'll just leave it in this mode. Since I skipped it, so our first round of league events is going to be the weekend of November 18th through 20th. The second round, December 9th through 11th. And so what that means is you'll be playing one of those 3 days. League events take, depending on the size of the league, 5-ish hours. Most of the league events are played on Saturday. A couple of leagues do play Friday. But the majority are on Saturday, and then we have one on Sunday. And the same goes for the second round of league events. I'm going to answer this question really quickly. I'm getting some, but not all of the FTC Blast emails. To make sure that you are on our Team Blast, you want to make sure that your information is listed as the main or alternate contact in RIMS, or in TIMS, in the Team Information Management System. If you are not the main or alternate contact and want to receive emails, we do have kind of a team and mentor news. So send Gary Major or myself an email. And Gary, why don't you put your email address in the chat? And we can certainly add you to the email blast. Now, those are the emails that are coming from First Washington. If you're not receiving emails from First Global, you can send an email to ftcteams@firstinspires.org. And Gary, maybe you can put that one in there as well. And find out from them how you go about getting on their email list.
And I'll also say that when early on when I first started, we were sending out the team blasts with converted Word files, and those were causing problems for some people, either receiving empty emails or receiving emails that had a lot of, it just looked like gibberish. We've changed that, and they should be formatted correctly for everyone now. So if you are receiving emails now and weren't earlier, that could be the problem. If you were earlier and are not now, let me know and I can double check to make sure your information is correct in our email list.
Cool. So in January is when we're going to have our interleague championships, and we usually have two up north, and those this year will be at Everett High School. We will have two down south. In the past, that has been at Wilson High School. We have not secured the venue down there as of yet. It will likely be at Wilson High School, but I don't know for sure. So you will be competing one of those 2 days. It is not a 2-day event. We combine the leagues, and like I said, generally we have about 3 leagues come together for an interleague championship. So again, once we get our teams put into leagues and post those, it will be shortly after that that we post the interleague championships. Our state championship is set. It is at ShoWare Center, as it's been the past 2 years. We'll be having our FLL state championship at the same time. And then, as I said, our FTC Super Regional March 10th through 12th, and championships in Houston April 19th through 22nd. So with that, I am done with my portion of the presentation. We will be having another team briefing after our second round of league events that will talk a little bit more about the interleague championships and what that looks like and how you know where you're going. But of course, you can always reach out to either Gary or myself, and we're happy to answer any questions that you may have.
So if anybody has any questions, if you want to just click the raise hand button and I can unmute you and you can ask your question. All right, well, I'm not seeing any.
I'm not seeing any. So at this point, we will let all of you go, and you can go on enjoying your evening. Thank you very much.
Oh, hold on, we have
one question.
What fraction of teams advance?
So in the past, with the interleague championships, we have had 8 teams from each interleague championship advance to state. And then we have had 8 teams from our state event advance to the super regional. Now, this year, we don't know our super regional advancement numbers yet. First, won't release those until they have all the FTC registrations in. We do not know yet if we are going to try and add an interleague championship east of the mountains. And so at this point in time, I can't say how many teams from each interleague championship are advancing to state, but the state event is a 32-team event. The interleague or the FTC Super Regional is a 72-team event, but it encompasses 13 states, and so it'll be a percentage of our population versus our FTC population versus the rest of the 13 states. Well, wonderful. Well, we will go ahead and stop the recording, and you guys all have a wonderful evening.
Thanks, everyone.